What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. This is, as you see by the thumbnail, my Rainey's Black Bottom review. Netflix movie starring Viola Davis and Chadwick Boseman's, I want to say, last movie that you'll ever see him in from this point on. Adapted from a play. I think August Wilson? I think. I might be wrong, though. You know, so basically the movie is recording artists, back in the day when records was first being made, goes up north to record Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's just a song, record records for the record company, right? So first and foremost, the movie is pretty confined as far as it's basically in the recording studio, the whole movie. So there's a lot of dialogue that goes in and a lot of monologue that goes in because there's a lot of tension. Truth be told, I look at it like it was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom starring Chadwick Boseman featuring Viola Davis because he had a lot of time in that movie. So a lot of things happen. First and foremost, Ma Rainey's bisexual back in that day. She has a girlfriend. The girlfriend likes Chadwick Boseman. Tension. Then you got the band, who Chadwick Boseman is like, he's more talented than the band, and he's going to have his own band. So he's kind of acting like he's buying his time, using Ma Rainey and the band to basically springboard his career. But he talked too much. So everybody knows it, right? Because he makes it known. So there's tension. Then you got their own personal stories that come up that are really the root cause of all of this tension. It's not that they don't like each other individually, because it's not like that. It's like they have their individual stories, and say because there was just no therapy and, racism and all of that stuff going on, it messed people up. So they're really going off on each other, really from their own past. Now, in the midst of this, you have white people taking advantage. So the manager is taking advantage of Ma Rainey, and it looks like she's being extra. She's always something going on, and she needs this, she needs that. And basically what she's doing is she's saying, you're gonna treat me with more respect because you're trying to get me here to do things for the cheap so you can benefit off of them and not pay me. You think I don't know. So she's basically sending them through hoops. And they trying to shortchange her the whole time. And she knows it. So it just looks like a whole mess. But the white guys look there like they're being accommodating, but there's a backstory to it. You get what I'm saying? Because what you're going to look at is going to look at her just having wild antics. You'll be like, man, she's just out of her mind. Which is a whole nother thing where she is, in some ways, out of her mind. Because her ego is too big. Then you got black folks getting played by white folks, assuming that they know how to play white folks. And there's a mix-up about that, So for me, a lot of the monologue, it makes sense in a play. But you got to know the backstory or history, because for some people it's not going to make sense. Like, where is it coming from? And for some of y'all, it's gonna bring up how people actually came up in racism at that time period, the things that they had to deal with. because some of the stories that are being told are necessary stories that you need to hear. So, sometimes it might not look like it's cohesive together because sometimes these monologues just come out of nowhere. You're like, how did you go from here to here? you know, but you might want to listen to it. Movie, okay, you know. I think because it was made for a play, it wasn't necessarily made for the big screen. So it's a good adaptation to it. When people had thought about Fences, similar to that, but I guess not, more stereotypes. And you see where some of the stereotypes come from. It was worth watching. Have I seen better movies? Yes. But I'm never going to downplay a brother's film. Denzel Washington made it, so shout out to Denzel. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman. Shout out to Viola Davis. But it's going to play on stereotypes that even in the manosphere we talk about today, from the men and the women, to be perfectly honest. Men being chasing skirts instead of handling their business, and women really just liking women and being and being domineering for no reason. When she has a reason, it has a reason. When she doesn't, it's petty. So that's what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.